friends, it's Jacqueline here. In today's video, I'm bringing you my review on the brand new Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel, make sure you ring the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to know all the details about Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation, how it looks on dry, sensitive, over 40 mature skin for a full day wear test, then just keep on watching. Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation finally dropped and I went ahead and purchased it. Well, yes, I purchased 3 different shades. Not that perhaps I needed to, because if you go to Charlotte Tilbury's website, she has a shade finder that I find it very, very helpful. You just have to fill out a little bit of a questionnaire, upload a photo, and it tells you kind of like what will be your ideal shade. And it kept telling me that I was a shade 5 neutral, but I also have other foundations from Charlotte Tilbury, the Wonder Glow, and this one I use it in the shade 6, while I also have the Airbrush Flawless Foundation, which I use it in the shade 7.5 neutral. Yeah, neutral. So this is the thing about the foundations from Charlotte Tilbury, that the shade range is really good, but they are not across the board the same, and that's something that I find it a little bit difficult, because I really love to go to certain brands and know exactly my shade match. Anyhow, I'm excited for this foundation. As soon as I saw it, I thought that this foundation was something that it was a little bit missing on Charlotte Tilbury foundation repertoire, and finally it arrived. I think they pushed the launch for a couple days, which I was like really pleased. But right now it's available not only at Charlotte Tilbury's website, but also at many other retailers. I will be leaving all the details of this foundation, also the rest of my makeup, on the description box below, along with the links for your convenience. And you know, my friends, every time that you shop through my links, it's a way for you to help me here on my channel, because with that little commission that I make, I'm able to purchase more products so I can review them for you, and it doesn't cost you anything. So I'm very grateful when you use my links. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. But anyhow, going back to this foundation, it comes in 30 different shades. It costs $44. It comes with 1 fluid ounce or 30 ml, and it's made in Italy. And now this foundation has a ton of claims, so you may be wondering, what shades do you got? Okay, so the shades are up here, and here I have 5 neutral, which was the one that it was recommended by Charlotte Tilbury shade finder. Also 6 cool and 7 cool. And you may be wondering, Jacqueline, why cool tones if you lean more? Honestly, I'm neutral. I do have a lot of kind of like yellow undertones, golden undertones, but I also have redness on my skin. So neutral, it actually neutralizes my skin, but I can go either way. But here is the thing. I was chatting with my friend Megan Lombardi. She is a makeup artist from Charlotte Tilbury, and a lot of the shades on this foundation, they lean very warm and actually a little bit peachy, and too warm, I mean, doesn't work for me. So let's just take a look and see what these shades look on me. But here we have a lot of claims on this foundation. It says that Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation is for your best healthy looking skin day every day. Skin looks more radiant by up to 285%. It is also long lasting, and it does have pollution defense. It has a medium coverage, and then if we keep turning right here, I mean, there's so many claims everywhere. It says a medium coverage light as air foundation infused with hydrating hyaluronic acid, brightening rose complex. Skin looks more beautiful instantly and over time for a healthy looking glow and a brighter, smoother looking complexion. Undetectable coverage, although it has a medium coverage, improves the look of skin with each wear. Clinically proven results: boost hydration by up to 166%. Skin looks plumper and smoother by up to 181%. Skin tone looks more even by up to 210%. Over 90% of users agree that minimizes the appearance of pores, reduces the appearance of pigmentation and dark spots. Skin appears instantly brighter. Okay, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel, and welcome to all of you, my dear friends. If you're new here, I film in natural light. I am over 40 years old. I'm on my 4th floor. I do have a lot of freckles. I do have some sunspots. I do have enlarged pores right here. I do have a lot of fine lines. My skin is mostly, I will say, kind of combo by this point in time. It's super dry right here on my forehead, dryness right here in this area, and then I have more of like normal skin right here, but because I guess from the enlarged pores, you know, I just get a little bit, not oily, but you know, here I get more shiny easily. So that's for you to know. If you want to know my other foundation matches, I will be leaving them on the description box below too. Right there you will find a lot of information. I also wanted to know that I live in California by the coastline. Right now is winter time when I'm trying this foundation, and the weather here on my area is a little bit dry, not super dry like in the mountains, but a little bit dry. I will be giving you obviously check-ins and let you know how the foundation looks. So let's just take a peek right now to how it looks inside. By the way, the shelf life of this foundation is of 12 months. Okay, so here you go, and this is the shade 5 Neutral. It comes in this kind of like a squeezy tube with a nice pump. It reminds me a lot to the packaging of the Estee Lauder Hydra Rescue foundation, and I'm gonna be swatching it on my hand too so we can see the difference in shades and also finishes with this foundation among 2 other foundations in just a second. I'm reading right here on the box the ingredient list. The first ingredient is water, second ingredient is apple fruit water, then third dimethicone. Then it goes on into another type of dimethicones, mica. It also have glycerin. It does have caprylyl glycol, which is a derivative from coconut. And then the sodium hyaluronate, it's way down on the ingredient deck. Then you have Cocos nucifera, which is coconut fruit extract, and Rosa Damascena flower oil and flower water too. This foundation doesn't have any SPF. I got you closer right here. Let's just start first by swatching the shade 5 Neutral. Nice pump. Oh my gosh. Oh, there you go. I thought my pump was faulty, but it's not. It's not. I'm just gonna put a little bit of amount right there. Okay, you know what? That actually looks fairly good for my skin. I'm putting just a little bit more right here, and I'm just gonna swatch it also on my arm. Now my arms are a little bit more tan right now than my face. Now I'm gonna go with the shade 6 Cool. Okay, that's, you see right there, this is a cool tone, but it has so much peach in it. And here I also have the shade 7 Cool. I'm gonna build up a little bit more the shade 5. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the Wonder Glow. This is in the shade 6. This one has such a beautiful shine to it. It's more like a radiant type of foundation. Very pretty. I'm gonna swatch the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. And this one right here is in the shade 7.5. Now this is a thicker consistency. It does have a ton of coverage. I have done multiple wear tests with this foundation, and I highly suggest when you use it, use less than half a pump for your entire face if you're a person that likes to have more of like a natural look to your skin. Okay, let's let them dry a little. I went ahead and removed the swatches. Right now I only have my skincare and SPF. Usually I use my Tatcha, the liquid silk canvas, for my enlarged pores area only, but today I'm not gonna do so because the foundation claims to have this blurring effect on the enlarged pores. So let's see how good it does. So let's go ahead and use the shade number 5 Neutral, and I'm using, wow, it looks weird. I feel it looks a little bit too light. I was saying that I'm using about 1/4 of a pump. Now on this side right here, I'm gonna be using a damp beauty blender. The foundation is fragrance free. Okay, well, you know what? The shade actually matches nicely. I'm just gonna build it up just a little bit more right here. Right on my nose, because I do have a ton of freckles. So although this claims to have a medium coverage, for me, it will not cover the amount of freckles that I have. And it's not that I want to, because I always say it. I don't like to cover my freckles. I like to camouflage them. I love to see them peeking through. They are cute. I live all my life with them and I love them. So just gonna build up a little more right there, cheeks, and here where I have my large pores. So let's see how this foundation does on this area. Okay, matches really well with my neck actually, so I'm happy with that. Now on the other side, I'm gonna use my Sonia G Jumbo Base. You know what? I actually like the application of the foundation more with that beauty sponge than the brush. It's not that it's tricky because this foundation brush is amazing, but I don't know, I just like how the foundation was pressed with the sponge. I don't know if you're able to see it right there. And it does have a certain radiance to it. I think you can see it very well on the screen. And you know what? I actually forgot. I also want to swatch these two other foundations, the Estee Lauder Hydra Rescue Foundation and the YSL All-in-One Glow Touche Éclat Foundation. And the Estee Lauder, I have it in the shade 3W1 Tony. And then on the Touche Éclat by YSL, I do have it in the shade BD40. This one here is mostly my summer shade. Yeah, this one is when I have a tan. It's very, very deep. Okay, I'm gonna speed up the process, do the rest of my makeup, and then I will give you a quick rundown of how everything is looking like after I apply all the makeup on. Makeup is completely done. Again, all the details of my makeup, they will be on the description box below. I went ahead and forgo highlighter because I really wanted it for the foundation to really show its true nature, and I didn't want to disturb it with, you know, other products. I also didn't set it, and that's something normal for me. I usually do not set my foundations for the most part because the driest part of my face, they are right here, and if I set right here, it will look like so bad. As you can tell, it remains a little bit on the radiant side. This foundation is definitely not dewy, and I would say that it's close to be self-setting. Not completely though, but to me it is like right here in this area on my chin is where I had the most shine still, but I don't see pretty much no transfer at all. I mean, just touch it right there. Yeah, if any, barely. Very minimal. And then as far as the enlarged pores goes, it's very forgiving in this area right here. There's, you know, I don't see my enlarged pores emphasized. I mean, I see them like normal. Now this area here is where I usually have trouble, and I usually have the foundation, you know, set on these fine lines, and I mean, I don't see much of a problem right here. I feel like it's looking really beautiful. Now all these other foundations have already dried pretty much. So I have here Charlotte's Beautiful Skin shade 5, 6 Cool, and 7 Cool. Right here, these three, as you can tell, they remain with that shiny, radiant kind of, you know, glow to them. This one right here is the Wonder Glow foundation. As you can tell, it's not as glowy as these ones right here, and it actually set even a little more. This one right here is an Airbrush Flawless Finish, and as you can tell, it's not super matte. I know a lot of people think that it's a very super matte foundation, but what happened is it has such a high level of coverage that it may have that impression, but it looks very natural to the skin. Definitely not as radiant as Charlotte's Beautiful Skin foundation. And then right here I do have the Estee Lauder Hydra Rescue foundation, and then the YSL Touche Eclat All-in-One Glow foundation. I will have to say, in terms of finish and in terms of coverage, it's very alike to the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue foundation. Perhaps this Beautiful Skin foundation has a little bit more coverage than the Hydra Rescue, but very alike. Which is interesting because it's not only alike on finish and how it's setting, but also alike on packaging too. Okay, who knows? Okay, my friends, it's very early in the morning, 8:06. I will go throughout my day. I will give you a couple check-ins. Also outside, natural light. I need to run a couple errands. I need to go to Target, and then I need to go and pick up something. So I'm sure I will be wearing also a mask, and then I will show you how it's looking like this foundation. So stay tuned and keep on watching. Here to a quick check-in. Is already past 2:30 in the afternoon. I just came back from the store, so don't worry, my hands are clean. I actually, before leaving the store, I washed them, and then I put some hand sanitizer on, so everything, I mean, hopefully everything should be fine, but you know how it is right now. So let's just take this mask off, and then I'm actually parked very close to my house, so this is it. Oh wow. What happened right there? That's so funny. Okay, well, is the foundation completely removed? I don't think completely, but I just think, yeah, somewhat. So the foundation is not transfer proof. Sorry, I know it looks disgusting, but you can tell it's not transfer proof. That was so funny, my friends. So funny. So, well, I have the marks right there, but okay, let's focus right here. So I had the mask, and you know, you're breathing on it and all of that, and you know, the foundation is still up some places. It's not completely removed. It's just some of it. This is so funny. Okay, let's focus right here. Forehead. You know, this is my travel area, and I feel like, you know, it's giving hydration to this area right here, which is the driest part of my face. And it's looking good. It's looking good. It's still looking right now, actually, radiant, borderline glowy, and my enlarged pores, they don't look larger, but you can see, you know, like I have some of my oils coming through, you know, and it's not a super hot day. It's actually, it hit 68 degrees. It's warm, but it's not really hot. I mean, it still feels like winter. And then it's rubbing off just a little bit right here, but other than that, the foundation really looks very pretty. I like the finish. I actually like how it looked from the beginning throughout the day. Even Mia complimented me like, oh, it's looking really good. And you know what, the foundation didn't oxidize. I used the shade 5. I know you cannot see that much, but it actually matches me fairly well. Okay, my friends, let's just get going with the day, and then I will give you another final check-in in a couple hours. Stay tuned. Alrighty, my friends, here to my final check-in. It has passed already 5 o'clock. It's getting really dark, and I think you can see right here. But let me just show you and get you closer right here for you to see how it's looking like the foundation. Okay, so let me tell you here my final thoughts about this foundation. As you can tell, it wrapped off obviously right here from, you know, wearing a mask and all of that. But other than that, the foundation is looking very beautiful. I really love the finish. It has this beautiful radiant finish. For those of you that have combination or oily skin, definitely you will need to powder it. And I think that going into spring, mostly summertime, if you're using this foundation, even if you have dry skin, you may want to powder it just a little, not because it's moving and sliding everywhere, just because if right now that is winter time, it looks, you know, like it looks just so beautiful, but it looks a little bit more radiant and more glowy. I can only imagine during the summertime. And I really love that it didn't settle onto my fine lines. This is my travel area. This is where I get so much dryness, and foundations that usually settle into this big fine line right here. And it just, this is the area that you can tell, you know, my age. And I really like that it didn't settle right there for all those many hours. It didn't settle right here on the fine lines right here on the side. Also in the large pores, it didn't settle around my nose either. I mean, it's looking so beautiful for being so many hours after I wore this foundation. It looks so pretty. I think Charlotte Tilbury did a phenomenal job with this foundation. I'm really happy about it. The only thing that I will have to say though is that I'm really appreciative about being able to do your shade match online with Charlotte Tilbury, because I mean, I think I got, you know, I got a good shade match. Number 5 definitely is my shade right now, but I'm a little bit confused about the other 6 cool and 7 cool shades. These are not my shades, but it really kind of like took me by surprise that they were so peachy in tone for being cool tone. I mean, a little bit, they are not rosy. They do have a lot of like a peach undertone in them. Anyhow, my friends, I really love the foundation. If you have been looking forward for this foundation, if you want to give it a try, I will say, you know, with confidence, give it a try. It's so beautiful. It's so thin. It just feels it's traceless. Honestly, you cannot see the foundation sitting on your skin. It looks beautiful, really beautiful. I'm super happy, super impressed, and I'm sure this is a foundation that I will be using very often. Okay, my friends, and I think this makes it for this video. I hope that you found it helpful, informative. I would love to know from you if you're planning to pick up this foundation. If you have already tried it, how are you liking it? Let's continue the conversation on the comment section down below, and while you're at it, and if you haven't done so yet, go ahead. I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also share with family and friends, and until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye bye.